Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
thanks. Thank you. Start in few minutes. And we'll share my screen. I hope you can see the screen as well.
Yes, sir, we can see.
Yeah, thanks. Wait for another 1 or 2 minutes and start. All right, I think it's good time to start. Welcome you all. So let's start with some news items. But before that, give me a second. Oh, good. Right. So let's start then. So let's quickly get some AI news or AI, Gen AI, all related news items. So there are a few places where you should look for good news items. I don't know how many of you uses dev.to. How many of you truly uses dev.to? Anyone here? Probably not. Anyway, that's all good. So make sure that even you can, I think, put it to Chrome as the default loader. Uh, there are so many ways you can use it. But anyway, it's a quite a good place where you can hang around, like Reddit and all that. So I just wanted to make sure these sessions, we should be more collaborative hereafter. And also, it's very important that we work for a one goal. Today, we'll try to do that. Last 3 weeks, we were like discussing about the basics. Today also we cover a lot of basics, but next week onwards, we'll try our level best to go with projects. So we also can do projects. End of the session, I will tell you which project I'm going to work or we are going to work next week. So you can get prepared and come. So you can set up the environment. Of course, I understand sometimes you might have issues in your computer. So don't worry, like, so there are so many ways to work around. And again, like the holistic objective is to set up something, do something. If you're at the time you're working, maybe do something for your organization. If you're on your own, do something for you. If you're just studying, make sure you have proper workflows, which makes your knowledge better, skills better. Somehow, initially at least try to use AI or Gen AI to make yourself much more smarter, better, and all that, right? So that's very important. And then, of course, as I said, the overall logic should be develop something and then market it, sell it, and then earn money, right? So that's very important. Get a brand, right, developed, right? So we should be able to do that. Yeah. Again, like, can you hear me just in case and also see my screen proper? I hope it is right. Can you hear me and see my screen properly?
Yes, yes.
Perfect. Thank you. Right. So, so one is, of course, as I said, so now we are all very clear about where we are heading. So it's good to read about news items and be in the ecosystem. It's always a good thing to be in the ecosystem, right? So if you carefully look Dev.2, there are so many areas. And of course, AI is the one major topic that they always talks about. So as an example, it's like Medium where you put articles, but most importantly, they discuss about what's really happening around the AI space. So as an example, that says, did Elon Musk just invent AGI? So you know that Grok 4, we are so used to work with ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, and there's of course plenty DeepSeek, but Grok 4 or Grok is also another good one. So did Elon Musk just invent AGI, everything you need to know about Grok 4 and how to do? So we are not going to talk too much about it, but this is just to give pointers or recommendations, bookmarks for you to just go and work on it. So make sure that you just have a quick look at what X is saying and what um, X.com, or maybe like that's what they're selling the product from, right? So XAI, right? XAI, and what they're trying to say. So it says Grok 4 is the base model, and there's something called Grok 4 Heavy multi-agent powerhouse. So don't worry, today we are going to talk about agents. XAI says it performs better than PhD level academic. Of course, so I've been working with Gemini for the last 2 months. I'll explain time to time. You can get PhD thesis very simply within 5 minutes. And I do believe it. You can do so much of things. And this is like the ARC AGI leaderboard. Obviously there's a lot to learn here, but if you carefully look at it, there are evaluations. So next week, probably today, like we don't have time to do evaluation, understand evaluations, but of course it's another area. So there are a lot of different benchmarks that you can do. Humanities last exam, likewise there are different things that you can do. And cost, okay, so that's another factor that you look into. And then of course you can try some of those things out. Yeah, so that's one. And of course, again, so I will not go through a lot of news items here in Dev.2, but this is just for you to give a bookmark or indication. I know most of you may be using it. Sorry for repeating, but there can be some people have never gone into X.com, sorry, not X, Dev.2, and just have a look around. So make sure every day 5 minutes. It's not like your share, going to washroom and checking, Facebook for 20 minutes, right? Just have 5 minutes just to hang around in Dev.2. How to build your first AI agents. That's basically what we're doing today. One part that we're going to do today, and likewise, there's a lot that you can learn. And then, of course, we talk about X.com or Twitter. So Twitter also you need to use, but again, just don't start scrolling in like this. There's no point. In Twitter, I think if you ever heard about these things called lists, where are lists? Yeah, so there's something called lists. How many of you uses Twitter lists? Anyone here? If you have some good lists, please share them to others here. Anyone here uses Twitter lists? Just raise your hands or just talk. That's always good to talk. Anyone? Facebook also had this nice thing, but Zuckerberg is a bad person who removed all that. He really wants to go through everything, right? So I don't know whether it's possible right now. Yeah, but anyhow, like if you're interested in, so that you can create your own Twitter list. As an example, these are some things that you can follow. As an example, there are a lot of bug bounty lists that I follow. Say computer vision, and also there are a lot of data science one, great websec researchers, so depending on which area, if you want to learn about, say, machine learning research, so let's go to that. And you can find good researchers Twitter accounts or X.com accounts, and of course what you're following is what they're sharing, which is good, which is always good. And of course some advertisements coming, probably Google DeepMind is not advertisement, I believe. Yeah, it's another X account. Yeah, so it's a good thing. So I'm not going to go through this content today, but rather next week, like for 5 to 10 minutes, we're going to do that, right? So make sure you use this one as well. It's pretty amazing. And of course, I really want to introduce you this particular site also is TechCrunch. And also I'm going to invite all of you, and please share with others. I'm going to start about this new session called Research for Startups, Research Backed Startup. It's a very interesting one. It's all about how to build a startup. and basically sell it for $1 million. It's a possibility, right? I'm also planning to do that. Not that I've done it, but I'm planning to do that. Then all your problems go away, right? So just try your level best to come in and just jump in and share the ideas. But remember, the only difference is you can earn $1 million just having a YouTube account. There's no problem. But this is about how to do research and then work on it, right? But it doesn't mean that you have to do a PhD level research. But anyhow, so TechCrunch is one of those places where they are promoting a lot about, see, as you can see, startups, venture capitalism. If you've never heard about venture capitalists, these are people who are spending or investing money on ventures. Ventures are businesses, mostly startups, right? So there are another kind of people called angel investors, like angels coming and give you things, right? It's not an easy, ecosystem. It's hard. Uh, Even Sri Lanka, we had a Lanka Angel Foundation or something. And every other country, these are very common things. So you can, right? You should, and probably some of you are maybe already in it. And also, this is a good place to start reading about cool things. And there's a lot happening right now. You can even imagine. Again, today's point is not to just to go to one topic and discuss. Probably at the middle stage, if you get bored about everything, I'll pick a very interesting topic. That is because a lot of things happening in US right now about AI privacy. We'll talk a little bit about it. So state levels, they are doing some experiments these days. And of course, you can see so many things going on. And of course, one last I should obviously mention, that is Hacker News. So there are two types of Hacker News. The Hacker News is like cybersecurity, but this Hacker News is again another company called Y Combinator. They do basically host this particular website, which is called the Hacker News or news.ycombinator, and it's amazing. So we can see a lot of good stuff coming in here, and also it's like Reddit in a way. They can, what do you call this, give ups and downs for the post, and you get a lot of really cool posts popping up here. And today I'm going to talk about MCPs. So here is a good probably article about model context protocol in the browser. Yeah, we can probably come back at a later stage and understand a little bit more. Anyhow, so just wanted to give you the basics of that. Right. Any questions? Please feel free to ask questions, clarify your doubts. It's all about making yourself clear about everything that we do. Right. So there's nothing much to discuss. Then we'll directly go for the first activity for today. The first activity is, even before explaining it, like, okay, let me put it in a question. ප්‍රශ්නයක් විදිහට මේක දාන්නම්. How many of you here truly runs a local LLM model in your computer, get things done? Because සමහර ලාවට, of course, you can use ChatGPT, no problem. You can use Claude. If you use a free account, at one point you get, you have a problem, you have to stop it, and then you have to go to a new account. Yeah, all this is fine. Please use it and pay and use it, everything you do. But this is not because you don't have internet connectivity. Maybe there's a situation where you have pretty bad internet connectivity, you're on a trip or something. Then how can you ask questions? Of course, this is one good example for that. So as you can see, I have developed, this is local application. I'll explain to you how to do this. It's almost like ChatGPT. I can ask a question. How can I code, uh, code, say, code, code in Python to print triangle in stars, something like that. Probably not the best prompt, but so it can be a little slower. I'll explain why later, but it'll do the job, right? It'll come up with ideally the answer. It's not that slow, but because maybe it was not working for some time. Yeah, so you can see the answer is pretty clever, and I mean, so basically, it's a complete one, right? It's a complete one. So even if there's a code interpreter and there are so many other things, thousands of things here, this is one example. Like, if you don't have much of it, and also you can see follow-up questions and you can copy paste, even you can read aloud. I haven't used. Maybe you're not hearing, I'm hearing it. So yeah, and you can do all those things, regenerate, continue response. There's plenty here. even things that are not available in ChatGPT right now. Even you can ask questions by dictating. So this is fun. This is always fun. Right. Now the question is, how many of you are truly using something like this in your own computer? Anyone? So today actually I knew like some of you are already using it. So if not, please use it. Not only the reason because you don't have access to ChatGPT. Yeah, person, thanks. And probably a lot more of you using it, but anyone who is watching this video also get used to this one. Because you can say, why? Because we have ChatGPT, we have DeepSeek, we have all these models. Yeah, I understand, but the logic is not that. Once you have this, there are so many other things that we can do. End of the session, once you learn agents, MCPs, and there are so many other things in the space now, you can even imagine what you can do in your own computer. Right? Your computer can become a powerhouse or power horse or whatever you call it. මේක magical equipment එකක් බවට convert කරගන්න පුළුවන්. හරි දැන් එතකොට සමහරලාවට ඔයාට ඕනනම් වීඩියෝ VO3 එක යූස් කරලා වීඩියෝස් හදනවා අපේ ලංකාවේ Facebook එකේ දැක්කම ලස්සන වීඩියෝස් තියෙනවා හොඳ ඒවාත් තියෙනවා නරකවත් තියෙනවා but anyhow it's not the question but you can do those things but you can do most of it thing in your computer as well පොඩි ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා සමහරලාවට if you get a good GPU running that's much better if you get more processing power that's much better yeah this is a common questions right but still there are so many things that you can do end of the session you'll realize the value of it. Okay, anyhow, so just to give few indications, like if you use the tools like Notion, you can use your own local language model to do fun things with Notion. If you want to do automation, workflows, my goodness, send automatic emails, you don't have to always go and connect it to OpenAI, right? So I have already connected to API. Obviously, there's a cost. There's no questions asked. Those simple things you can do without paying a single cent. And like we learn throughout these sessions, you learn thousands of different things that you can do, different projects that you can run. If you have home automation, if there are people, I know most of people don't really right now worried about automating your home, but yeah, if you really wants to do all those fun things, you can do that. And of course, if you need to have a glasses like this Ray-Ban glasses, another news item, I think Zuckerberg has bought Ray-Ban. I think it's Ray-Ban, yeah. So probably I've seen these logos, Ray-Ban logos, even in Sri Lanka, like everywhere. So I think that big company was bought by Zuckerberg. So all these things, even your glasses, you can code with your own LLM models. And my goodness, you can feed your content. So next week, actually, we are building our personal finance assistants. So මතක තියාගන්න ඔයගොල්ලෝ next week class එකේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ මාත් එක්කම develop කරනවා. ඊට පස්සේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ තනියම develop කරනවා. Then you will use it forever in your life. ඒක really everyday use කරන්න. ඒක අපි ඊතතර හදාගමු ලස්සනට පිළිවෙලට. ඊට පස්සේ කාටවත් ආයේ worry වෙන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. තමන්ගේ කවුරු ප්‍රශ්නයක් අහුවොත් ඔයාගේ දැන් මේ වෙලාවේ කවුරු මම දැන් ප්‍රශ්නයක් අහනවා කයින් හරි. Right? What is your exact I would say balance sheet? කොච්චර ප්ලස්ද මයිනස්ද කියන උත්තරේ දෙන්න පුළුවන් වෙයි කීයද කියන එක. නැත්නම් අවුරුදු 10කින් වගේ plan එක කීයද earn කරන්න මේ යන විදිහට ගියොත් එහෙම. Anyone wants to answer that? මේ යන ස්පීඩ් එකේ ගියොත් එහෙම තව අවුරුදු 10කින් වගේ වත්කම කීයද? Anyone? It's a personal question, quite a very personal question, but just think about it. So your this AI-based, RAG-based LLM model will truly help you. Then it will give you the motivation to earn $1 million. Why not, right? Okay, enough. Fine. So now come back to this one. How do you develop this? Any idea, guys? Anyone is using something similar to this? Using quite a similar thing or something different, but it's a local model. How do you do this? Anyone? And also you can see I'm using my own one called AI Coach. Yes, anyone wants to share anything? Nope. Okay. So you can see I'm using my own one, AI Coach. So I'll explain how to do this. And there are so many other things here. So there's some tools that I can use here. I have a code expert tool. So likewise, you can create your own prompts, a lot of fun things. And as an example, if you become a cybersecurity hacker, you can develop an application like this to do only your cybersecurity stuff. You come to our Tuesday session if you want to become a bug bounty hunter, earn $1 million again is a bug bounty. You need something like this. If you're a developer, you need something like this. Probably there are a few developers here, DevOps guys, networking guys. So why should you not go to ChatGPT? Because it doesn't know what you do. So you can keep your local information here like this, and you can ask questions. මචං මට අමතකුණා ඊයේ මම මොකද කරේ? You can ask a question like that, not a problem. Even you can connect your personal finance application. Fine, enough. So let's see how to do that. So there are multiple ways to do this. Of course, I told you initial way is to go and get Ollama, right? So let's go stepwise. Go to ollama.com website. And
sir, excuse me.
Yes, go ahead.
What are the models you are used in your local
I will
application?
come to that person. Don't worry. Very quickly, we are coming to that. Good question.
Sure.
Don't worry. We will come to that. So stepwise ගියොත් එහෙම මෙහෙම යන්නේ. මුලින්ම ඔලාම එකට ගියා, download කරගත්තා. download කරගත්තාම මේකේ මේ අද අපේ කවුද සැමි වගේ නම මොකද්ද දරුවා පොත? ඉතින් සැමි ඉන්නද? සැමුවෙල් නේද? මේ you can use there are other models like LM Studio. It's a good another one. So but this is a little bit advanced right now. We'll come to that. Right now we'll start with Ollama, but there are other ways that you can do this as well. You could download, just install. So once you do that, so you can get a command line tool like this, and you can just list down what you have right now in your computer. So right now I have downloaded 2 models. Any models you can download. මේක depend වෙන්නේ ඔයාගේ computer එකේ කොච්චර resources තියෙනවද කියන එක. දැන් මම download කරලා තියෙන්නේ Llama 2 uncensored කියන එකයි. මොකද මේක I have shown you few times, right? If you want to ask a question like, so you can say Ollama run latest uncensored latest. You can run it here if you want. Right? You guys can do this right now. You can download it, right? Basically, guys, then I can ask question how to kill me. Also, bad thing to do, but yeah. So it's not no way to kill yourself. Suicide is illegal. Okay, for that question they don't answer. How to kill someone else? So I have demonstrated this bad thing too, but this is here to understand the good and bads, right? So you see, it gives you a list of things. Normally, unless otherwise you use prompt injection. Oh, maybe they have updated it. Is it? Yeah, maybe it's the way how I started the prompt. But last time, you can recall, there are so many ways it lists down. Give me a list. Yeah, so it gives the list. It doesn't really matter. It says try to say to be good, but it's uncensored model. Basically, it doesn't have much of controls. So later on, we'll see how when you're fine-tuning LLM models, not pre-training, we don't do pre-training, but we talked about fine-tuning. Fine-tuning, we can do that. Yeah, so fine. So this is how it works. So let's quit for a moment. As it quits. Yeah, now you can go to again Ollama list. So as I told you, I have these 2 things, right? So Llama 3 and Llama 2 uncensored. Now let's go and see what are the models available. If you go here, there are plenty of models here, right? So DeepSeek is there. So if you want to download DeepSeek, Pasan, you can go here, and depending on the requirements of your computer, you can download any of those. Of course, this is the best, obviously, I believe so, but this is like 400 GB, my goodness, right? So you can understand it's not just the size. So just assume for a moment when it runs on your computer's memory, how much memory you need. And this is the latest one, 5.2 GB. That's like with, I think, 16 GB of computer, you can run without any problem. Samuel, what do you use right now? What is the model that you use? I know you are a gamer and you have a GPU based machine, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I use a old server.
So what is the model that you're running, Puta?
DeepSeek 7B runs that.
7B, okay, 4.7, right? This one,
yes.
Okay. So, but I believe that you can run something better, right? If you want to.
Yeah, but I don't know how to.
No, it's not. Yeah, sure. So thanks. So there are these models, like if you have a good computer, so make sure that don't worry right now. So if you don't have even a computer with 8 GB, don't worry, right? There are so many ways to do this, but works with something that works for your own computer. But remember, this is one way to download, right? So the DeepSeek models are always good, and then of course you have Facebook models like the Ollama models, and then there are so many other models. At the same time, if you are a black hat hacker, like just don't think that I'm going to only market security here. No, let me tell you about other things also. But if you want to do black hat, right? If you are a security guy, so if you go to the Jimscar Black Hat Hacker, This model is specifically trained for cybersecurity. Right? If you're a cybersecurity guy, go and get it. Right? This one can be good, and you'll have this model connected with your like this fun-looking ChatGPT like interface. You can do marvels with this. You can do all the fun stuff with this, right? Because you have it locally, right? You're not dependent on ChatGPT. There are specific requirements, tools, and nothing. Don't worry about it. And similarly, if you are into coding, Code Llama, right? So there's Code Llama, large language models that can use text prompts to generate and discuss code. See, this can be the best one. Again, please remember, do some background study. So that's enough, I believe. Otherwise, if I start talking about it, it take a long time, probably 2 hours only for discussing about models. But always you go to LLM leaderboard and just focus on it. But now everyone here, and even the ones who are watching this video, right? So please have some objective in your mind. What you are going to plan for one. So I'll make it simpler. I make it lazy කරගමු. මම දැන් කියන්නේ $1 million project එකක් කරන්න ඕනේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ විකුණන්න. සමහර අවුරුද්දක් යන ප්ලස් එක්කෙනෙකුට සමහර මාසෙන් සමහර කට්ටිය කරන්න කෙනෙකුට අවුරුද්දක් යන්න පුළුවන්. That's okay. දැන් නුවන් මොකද්ද වගේ plan එක? එහෙම ගන්න නැති වෙන්න පුළුවන් දරට මේ බොරොට හරි plan එකක් කියන්න. මොකද්ද project එක කරන්න හිතන් ඉන්නේ? $1 million earn කරන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ ලංකාවේ සල්ලි කෝටි 30ක්. නුවන් are you there?
No, sir.
Yeah, so you can use tools like ChatGPT to get your ideas going on. Anyone here who's having a plan, මට සම්පූර්ණ perfect plan එක කියන්න අවශ්‍ය නැහැ කවුරුත්. my plan එක මම ගොඩක් කල් කියලා දෙනවා. මම Life OS කියලා model එකක් හදනවා. ඒක ටිකක් Life OS ගොඩක් තියෙනවා මේ වෙද්දි. මගේ Life OS එක ටිකක් වෙනස්. ඒකේ මේ back end එකේ දුවන්නේ මේ Buddhist principles ටිකක්. ඒතර මිනිස්සෙක්ගේ life එකේ ගොඩක් ඔය ඉන්නවා මේ මම දන්න කට්ටිය ඉන්නවා. There are people who having lot of suicidal thoughts and ඒ වගේම අපි තුමු ගොඩාක් ස්ට්‍රෙස් තියෙන කට්ටිය ඉන්නවා. කොහොමද ඒ වගේ කෙනෙක් එක්ක ලයිෆ් ඒජන්ට් කෙනෙක් විදිහට වැඩ කරන්නේ? ඔයගොල්ලෝ මතකද දන්නේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ ගොඩක් කට්ටිය පොඩි මං හිතන්නේ බන්සි බඩි කියලා හිටියා මේ ඒ දවස්වල හිටියා මේ මට ඒක හොඳට මතකයි චූටි කාලේ කම්පියුටර් පටන් ගත්තේ 1996 හරි 8 හරි. හරි. ඒතර මට අවුරුදු 17යි 18 මාසෙ ඉපදිච්ච එක්කනේ මෙන්න මෙයා. හරි හොඳට වැඩ කරනවා මෙයා ඉස්සර. මෙයා මේ වඳුරෙක් වගේ වඳුරෙක් විදිහට මේ ගිරවෙකුත් හිටියා. So these guys fly around the screen. හරි Windows 95 මට මතක විදිහට. හරි 99 ඔය ඩිස්ක් එකේ 99 හරි. එතකොට මෙයාට කතා කරන්න පුළුවන් අපිට ඉස්සර. rule based thing. It's just natural language rule based. මේ වගේ කෙනෙක් but මේ පින්තූරයක් ගැන බොරු වෙන්න එපා. එයාට කතා කරන්න පුළුවන්. I can talk about my problems. I can go through some issues. So then the model will understand it. Model will understand who am I. මට මගේ objectives මොනවද? මොනවද මම ජීවිතේ කරන්න ඕනේ? මට අවුරුදු කීයද මම ජීවත් වෙන්නේ? තව අවුරුදු 2ද 3ද 5ද 10ද 20ද 50ද හරි ඒ ඔක්කොම so that's my product. Similarly you can also think about a product. when මේ product එක ගැන හිතුවහම ඒ වගේම තව වගේ පොඩි පොඩි objectives තියෙනවා. You have to do a PhD, masters, MPhil, bachelors. ඒ වගේම you have to do some certifications. I want to do AWS. ඔය වගේ targets වලට use කරන products හදාගන්න. It's okay. Right? ඒ වගේම have some aim. So then we can focus. I know Kavinda is planning to do a PhD here. So your product can be to help your PhD, or maybe your product itself is the PhD, whatever. So have that objective in your mind. That's easier to understand how to do the rest. So according to that, you select your large language models. But that's my point here. So there's no point of learning things because you have to learn things. Those days are over. Have an objective. I think make hambele monkey. Hari. Now this is basically the first step is to go and get the Ollama, right? So download Ollama model. So I explained to you how to do that. So if you want to download this, just go here and just say download, right? So that's it. So once you download it, if you want to download it, it's easier to do it in this way also. Just copy this one, go to your prompt. It is Windows same, Mac same, Linux same. Paste this. So what it does is when I paste this one, right? So මේ command එක run කරපු ගමන්ම මේක download දලා නැත්තම් මේක මෙයා download කරනවා. Download කරලා තමයි run කරන්නේ. So then it will get downloaded to your computer. Hope it is clear. කතා කරේ මොකද? Ollama කියන software එක download කරගන්න run කරන්න පුළුවන් මේ විදිහට. ඔයාලට කැමති model එකක් මුලින්ම පොඩි model එකක් ගන්න. බොරු වෙන්න එපා. දැන් මේ වගේ 3.2 GB වගේ model එකක් download කරගන්න පුළුවන් නේ. Right? Again, I know there are some restrictions with your internet connection and all that, but don't worry too much, right? So Podiga download kargan. Yeah, Kavinder, yes, go ahead.
Dr. Lakmal, that Olama, all the modules are free, or there are some paid versions?
All models are free. There are no paid models that you can download, right? So because the model copy at the end, so all are free models. Everything is free. Don't worry.
Okay.
Right. So once you install this, now it's your backend is done already. Even you can run this, right? So as an example, like I ran it earlier, I can say Olama run. This time I'm going to run Llama 3 latest. So from this one, I can't ask question how to kill someone, right? So this is like censored model. And it's quite a good model as well, right? It's a new model. But again, it's like almost 13 months ago, which I downloaded it. But I can ask question how to travel in Europe within 2 weeks. A lot of people love to travel in Europe. What an adventure before you go, choose your destinations, book flights, blah, blah, blah. So it's quite a good and a fast model, as you can see. It's a fast model. Yeah, it works faster when you are here, right? So it's all clear, right? Yeah. So now what we are going to do, now we need an interface or kind of a front end. For that, we are using something called Open Web UI. The product is called Open Web UI. There are other ones. This one is quite good, quite fast, and quite highly optimized. So there's nothing wrong that I've seen it. If there's anyone else who have seen better ones, please share with others. And you can go through, there's quite a good documentation here. I'm not going to go through any of those, but next week, if we need, we can do all those customizations, fun stuff like that. And if what you have to do now is, you can go from here, or you can go to GitHub, link. This is Open Web UI in GitHub, right? And then there's one command that you need to copy. You can install it if you want, like normal installation, like a Python installation. But I do think probably easier to work with Docker. So let me copy Docker command. Again, what you'll do is go to your terminal and just paste it here. But remember, Docker, before you run this command, so මේක කියන්නේ Docker run කරන්න මෙන්න මේ port එකේ මෙන්න මේ particular application එක download කරන්න. මේකද container එකක් විදිහට එන්නේ. එතකොට ඔයාට මේක වෙනම Python environment හදන්න, parameter set කරන්න, install කරන්න, compile කරන්න මුකුත්ම ඕනේ නැහැ. People who have never heard about Docker guys is something called a virtualized container environment. මේක virtualization එකක්. Right? මේකට අපි containers කියලා. ඉතින් එකම දේ වෙනස තියෙන්නේ මේක operating system එකට ගොඩක් පොඩි. ඒ වගේම you can run multiple of these in your computer. ඉතින් normally we need to have this software downloaded. Docker කියලා කියන්නේ ඇත්තටම proprietary company, meaning like it's a pay අර සල්ලි ගෙවලා වැඩ කරන company එකක්. මේ වගේ තව කීපයක් තියෙනවා. Docker is one of the best. What you have to do is just install
like
Docker. Exactly, like it's like a hypervisor. This logic is same. It's all virtualized. Docker, and long before all that, there was something called Linux jails. If somebody is coming from Linux world or Unix world, there was something called jail. It's like a container, small box. Like Java get Java sandbox a sandbox is secure. ඉතින් අනිත් software වලට වඩා C වලට වඩා Java secure. ඒක කතා දෙකක් නෑ හැකි. ඒ වගේම Python වලත් virtual environment හැදුවොත් යම්කිසි ප්‍රමාණයකට secure නම් කියන්න බෑ. හැබැයි ඒක යම්කිසි ප්‍රමාණයකට error free. ඒ වගේම Docker කියන්නේ වෙනම container. ඒක වෙනම space එක දුවන්නේ. ඉතින් අපේ operating system එකෙම තමයි දුවන්නේ. අපේක වෙනම section එකක්, වෙනම memory, වෙනම layers වල දුවන්නේ. හරි. එතකොට අපි දැන් මේක මුලින්ම අපි image එක download වෙනවා. අර command එක ගැහුවම පස්සේ දැන් මේ මගේ images කීපයක් පාවිච්චි කරනවා මම වෙන projects වලට. මේ හැම project එකම දැන් run වෙන්නේ නැහැ. දැන් මේ තියෙන්නේ මම download කරපු Open Web UI කියන එක. දැන් ඇත්තටම මම මේක run වෙන්න දාපු හින්දා command එකේ මම මේක ඇත්තටම run කරලා තියෙන්නේ. ඔයගොල්ලන්ටත් මේක run කරන්න පුළුවන්. මේ command එක දැන්. මම මේක share කරන්නම් WhatsApp එකේ. නැත්තම් website එකට ගියාට පස්සේ right අර website එකේ ඔයාලට මේ command එක ගන්නත් පුළුවන්. මොකද්ද website එක? ඒකත් මම share කරන්නම් GitHub එක. ඔයගොල්ලෝ දැන් මේක run කරලා බලනකොට දැන් run කරන්න පුළුවන්. මේ වෙලාව ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඒක කරන්නේ නැත්නම් පස්සේ හැමින් සැරේ කරන්න. මේ වීඩියෝ එක බලන කට්ටියටත් WhatsApp එකට ගියොත් එමේ links ටික හොයාගන්න පුළුවන්. නැත්නම් මේ URL එකට යන්න. ගිහලා මෙන්න මේක ගත්තාම හරි. මේක this works because you have Olama already in your computer. Olama is needed to run this. But remember, there are other ways to use this. Samuel actually asked a question. There are other ways you can install this on top of other products, right? Right. Any questions up to this point? Okay. Was there a third one?
Actual meaning of this the what do you call this hypervisor or this one is installation is what is the actually what you just to expectation on this?
You mean in Docker? Is it covered?
Yeah, Docker, yes.
Docker is basically like
virtual environment, however, virtual
yeah.
environment, because it
Yeah,
is
this
not a
virtual
must like some service.
No, without the virtual environment also, if you want, you can just install this here. If you want to install it in this way, also you can install. But a lot of people don't do this these days, right? You don't just use how to install and go and do installation in your own computer, because it makes things so much, how would I say, confusing, and you might be running so many projects and you have to remember where to run it, how to run it. So this makes your life so much simpler. And apart from that, everywhere in the world, we now run containers. If you go to the cloud, if you think about if you want to become a DevOps engineer, everything is containerized because of security, ease of use, scalability, and of course, we probably later on you will learn container orchestration. In Docker case, we have something called Docker Composer, and the other one is the biggest one is these days Google's Kubernetes, right? So these are the biggest topics. Don't worry, we are going to talk about those things as well when comes to the light, but you need to run these things in this way. Otherwise, you can even install in this way in the cloud, but it won't work that way, Kavinder. So remember, even for research work also, we use the same structure these days. So I do research, I use Docker to implement, so as an example, I create environment where I'm going to work with, say, a nuclear power plant. So I'm going to kind of create several, elements of a nuclear power plant in my computer. So I cannot go and install these things in my computer. So what I do is I find containers which are already installed. So if you go and look for Docker containers, you can find millions of them which are already set up. If you go to Docker Hub, you can find plenty of things. But one thing you have to remember, you have to trust the source. Right? You have to trust the source. My goodness, otherwise there will be an end of your life, right? So as an example, machine learning and AI also, there are plenty of things that you can come and, these are MCP servers. Today we'll learn about it. See how many Docker containers are there. What you do is you can normally, like as an example, we'll take something, right? So this is something that you can download and install in an instance. It's a time only takes is like, you just copy the command and run it, few minutes to download it. If you have good internet connection, few minutes or few seconds, and then it runs. That's it. So somebody has already created, and if you have good comments on this and a lot of thousands of people have downloaded it, you're nothing to worry. And if you want, you can create your own ones as well. So Docker Hub is one of the best places to find those similar containers. And these days in GitHub also, if somebody wants to set up products or this type of products, they normally sell it through or give it through Docker containers. I hope it's enough, right? So now it's running. So now it's running. Now what you have to do is when it's running, you have to go and fetch the URL. That's the URL. You can see when it's running, you can see here, it's a stop sign. That does mean it runs. And if you want, you can go and click on these things and get more information, right? You can get the logs. I'm not going to talk too much about it. If you're a DevOps guy, you should know about things. You can inspect. Now, there are so many other things that you can learn about it, right? Anyhow, this container is running and it uses currently around 1 GB of memory. It's not a lot. It's just kind of website. So, and also see, like it's just like you never install a web browser. So not, sorry, web server. You haven't thought about any of those. You don't know even what is the backend. Is it Node.js or you don't know it's Python, but your computer is running. Sorry, your server is running. So this is the code server, right? Okay. Now, initially, when you run this, it will not look like this. You don't have something called AI coach. You probably have something like this, right? Depending on which model that you have. See, this is the Llama 2 Unsensor. I can say, how can I, so same questions I can ask now. How can I kill someone? How can I kill someone effectively? I'll end up posting these things in YouTube also. I don't know whether they will remove this one because of this question I'm always asking. And so this Llama 2 uncensored version also gives you the answer. It's take a bit of a time. Yeah, it's poisoning. So you can see now it's like ChatGPT, like, you know, you can copy paste things, blah, 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 and listen to it. You know, it's cool always. Right. You got the idea, right? Now, what
if
you're
you're
gonna do?
asking these unethical things, that there is no any like control of this one. So some
You can.
guys that if you are asking this, they can just to control that and say that according to this
They
one,
do. So you can't ask the same question in ChatGPT, right? So as an example, you go to ChatGPT. That's the whole point, right? If you go to ChatGPT, ChatGPT doesn't allow you to ask those questions. Right? So they have a lot of ways of blocking you, right? They're checking for ethical questions and, you know, all these things, right? I'm sorry, but I can't help you. Even how to attack someone's computer. So they will not give you the answer. But these uncensored models obviously will give you the answers, right? Yeah, say yeah, even they try to cool you down. Right, now we'll go to the other options. You have plenty of options here. That's why this is a cooler one. You go to Workspace. If you have already installed it, please, you know, work with me. Otherwise, please have a look at it. Don't worry too much, right? Have a look at it, because this can be the steps which is really useful for you when you do your activities. This is amazingly valuable, right? In the next few sessions, you'll understand, my goodness, I can create my computer magic cap බට convert කරගන්න පුළුවන් මෙතනින් එහාට. ඔන්න හොඳට තේරුම් ගන්න. ඒක ගොඩක් කට්ටිය එකපාර තේරුම් යන්නේ නැහැ. හැබැයි මේක ඉන්වෝල්ව් ලා කරගෙන යද්දි තේරෙයි ඉස්සර පැය 5ක් ගිය වැඩි වලට විනාඩි 5කින් කරගන්න පුළුවන් ඉස්සරහට, right? ඒක ඔයා exam එක study කරනවා නම් ඒකට use කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඔයා code ලියනවා නම් ඒකට පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඔයා පොතක් ලියනවා නම් මම කියපෙන්නා මම නවකතාවක් ලියන්න පටන් ගත්තා. ඒකට මේක පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. හිතා ගන්න බැරි විදිහට, right? ඊට පස්සේ ඔයාගේම මේ health එක සම්බන්ධයෙන් මේක පාවිච්චි. හරි. That's enough, right? ඔයාලට තේරෙන්න ඕනේ මේක දැන් ටික. හරි. මේ මම හදපු මගේ model එක. මම මේක edit කරලා පෙන්නන්න. මේකේ මුලින්ම මම මගේ image එකක් දැම්මා. ඊට පස්සේ මම මේකට පාවිච්චි කරන default model එක මම දැන්ට පාවිච්චි කරන Llama 3 latest එක. And of course then I need to put a system prompt. මේ system prompt එක. හරි. මම මේක ගත්තේ මම ලියලා තියෙන මේ බලන්න you an AI coding coach. දැන් මම මේක ගන්නන AI coding සම්බන්ධයෙන්නේ. You are always users to learn debug. ඒතර මේකේ අර සම්පූර්ණ මේ මොඩල් එක පොඩ්ඩක් වැඩ කරන එක්තරා දෙන රූල් සෙට් එකක් තියෙනවා. දැන් මේක ඉස්සරහට අපි කියනමු කර්සර්ලත් මෙහෙම කර්සර් රූල්ස් කියලා තියෙනවා. එතකොට අර කවින්දා ප්‍රශ්න වගේම තමයි. එයා දෙන උත්තරත් මේ පැත්තට බරව තමයි දෙන්නේ. ඒත් මෙයා මගේ responsibilities තමයි explaining code. ඒතර එයා නිතරම code එකක් විතර explain කරන්න උත්සාහ කරනවා. මම මේක පාවිච්චි කරද්දී ඒක උත්සාහ කරනවා. Advising about AI ML frameworks. When responding, ask clarifying question if the user's request ambiguous. Question එක clear තා ambiguity අයින් කරන්න ප්‍රශ්නයක් ආයි අහනවා. මේක normally ChatGPT වල වෙන්නේ නැහැ. හරි. So what is important is මෙන්න මේ model එක පාවිච්චි කරද්දී දැන් මේක ඔයාලට හිතන්න පුළුවන් කොහොමද මේක හදාගන්නේ මම මේක කියලා දෙන්න හදන හැටි. ඒ වගේ. තව ඉස්සරහට මම මේක ගොඩක් clearly කියන්නම්. ඒ වගේම මට පුළුවන් මේකේ තියෙනවා knowledge base එකක් හදන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක නම් පස්සේ කියන්නම්. එතෙන්ට එන්නම් මම දැන්. right. මම මේක එකක් අලුතෙන් එකක් හදලා පෙන්නන්නම්. Yeah, any questions?
Then Dr. Lakmal, we can just specify specifically only answer some
Exactly.
area like also can produce that
ඒවත්
product.
පුළුවන්. You can do that. Let me do another one. This is the one that I created. Let's create a new one. This time I'll create something called crypto coach. Okay, then cryptocurrency වලටමයි. හරි. crypto coach කියලා හදන්න. image එකක් නම් දැන්ට මොකක් හරි බොරුවක් හදා ගමුටක් ගාලා. ඔයාලා මේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ වැඩේට දැන් නුවන් what area that you are going to normally you are working. දැන් බලමු examples ගත්තොත් එහෙම නුවන් මම හිතන්නේ marketing පැත්ත ගොඩක් කරනව නේද? I know, like he's teaching Cisco. Nuwan is a Cisco guy. He's teaching Cisco. If anyone wants to communicate him, he's a Cisco guy, and also he does sell a lot of these tools as well. නුවන්ට මම මාකටිං කරනවා නේ මම නුවන් ගැන දන්නේ නැද්ද මම නුවන්ගේ බඩු අරගෙන තියෙනවා බඩු කියන්නේ services අරගෙන තියෙනවා. If anyone wants here some low cost services like ChatGPT, you can always talk to Nuwan. Anyhow, so එතකොට ඒ කියන වෙලාවෙදී නුවන් Cisco networking coach කෙනෙක් වගේ වැඩ කරනවා. You can create an environment like that. So let me come here and add the image. Yeah. So now crypto coach. Base model, select a base model. I have only 2 models, guys. So I'll just use Llama 3. Add a short description about what is this model. I'm the blockchain expert or blockchain expert. Right. You guys can also do the same. I can make it public or private. I can even add some tags if I needed to. Yeah, that's not important. And the model prompt, system prompt. This is the one that is important. Right, the model system prompt content here. Right. So ekam mama gannam perplexity level. I am setting up a system prompt for Open Web UI with Ollama. My model is CryptoCoach. Coach, where I need to get more clear, deep information about crypto, blockchain, and smart contracts. Hence, my model should give me always case studies in this area, something like that. What මේක කියලා හදා ගන්න පුළුවන්. වා කරන වැඩි අනුව ඩොක්ටර් කෙනෙක් නම් වාට වෙන මේ ඒ වගේ එකක් ලොජික් එකක් හදා ගන්න පුළුවන්. Hence, give me my system prompt. දැන් මේක cursor වලක් තියෙනවා. මේක පෙන්නන්න මේක එනකන් උත්තරේ එනකන්. Let me go and get cursor. දැන් මේක අපි cursor එකේ settings වලට ගියාට පස්සේ you can see I can add rules and memories. මේක මම දාගෙන නැහැ. මට පුළුවන් rules දාගන්න. ඒකට කියන්නේ cursor rules කියලා. ඒතර cursor වැඩ කරන්නේ මම දෙන prompt එකට අනුව, system rules වලට අනුව, project rules set කරන්න පුළුවන්. මම මේක වැඩ කරනවා නම් smart contract එකක් ලියනවා නම් මාළුතෙන්. ඒතර මට ඒකේ මගේ cursor tool එකේ ඒ විදිහ හදා ගන්න පුළුවන්. Hope it's clear for you guys. Yeah, so මේක හොඳයි. Below is a tailored system prompt to CryptoCoach. You are a CryptoCoach expert specializing in cryptocurrencies, instructions, example, example output structure කෙනෙ විදිය. Concept, question title, or briefly explain the concept. Case study එකක් දෙන්න කියලා කියනවා නිතර මෙයා. Yeah, every answer must be practically insightful. අපි දැන් යමු. It was space curve. We have detailed prompt එකක් විතර. මේක පොඩ්ඩක් වුණ පේන ගතිය හොර ඇති මේක. But you get the idea. This is the model prompts. Model params is a system prompt. Yeah, I'm going to try to balance. Yeah, so that's fine. Right now, I'll tell you what is this knowledge base. I'll come to that. It's knowledge. Tools also I'll come to later. And right now it seems okay. I'm going to save and close this. Right. Now I have my AI coach and crypto coach. Pasan, what area that you are going to work with, Puta? What is the project that you are going to do or product?
Sir, currently I don't.
No, it's not. That's right.
I'm
That's
not
fine.
an employee.
Sure. Yeah, just studying, right?
Taking
So
a job and I am just create the model using DeepSeek 1.5 billion one just
Sure.
as a POC.
What
because
area you are
my-
learning, Pasan? Mon area ke do igene ganni? If you are studying now?
Sir, mama मैं strict again graduate to now cyber security special.
All right. Okay. So you also can create something called cyber coach. Example like thank you for that.
Yeah.
Right. Now let's go to the new chat. Now you can go and get my crypto coach. Abhi then prashna kahamu. List down. Let me know. Are there any smart contracts for say capture bad politicians? Lanka lokum prashne. Politicians. Right. Number 3. අර අපි කිව්ව විදිහට මෙයා දෙන්නේ කියලා බලන්න පුළුවන් අපිට. Yeah, so it says here, smart contract novel app. Crypto coach, I like to introduce you to a new concept called accountability contract, citizen contract accountability, overview. Now see, according to that model, then case study decentralized governance. These things are already there. ලංකාවට තියෙන මේ කර කර ඉන්න නැතුව කෙලින්ම blockchain එකක් දාන්න. Right? So yeah, that's another product that if anyone of you interested, you can do that. If you are into like this politics and everything, yeah, this is the best thing. So see, answer the case study. Why this? I'm getting case studies. Now you have to understand. So every time you don't need to worry and go to ChatGPT and do this. If you want in ChatGPT also, you can create models like this. Like ChatGPT models, ne? If you go to ChatGPT, you can go here. You can see there are models like this. You can see GPTs, what you call GPTs, right? But the problem is you are too much dependent on, and also remember, there's something that you're really not worried right now, guys. This information will never go to ChatGPT or anyone else. This is your privacy related information, right? Anyway, quickly go now. Now we know how to create a model, and if you go to workspace, right? So now you have two models, and then you have knowledge. So I have created one knowledge base called machine learning knowledge base. And if I go inside, I have one book here. Right? So actually it's a chapter, it's a PDF. I can show it to you actually. It's a pretty large documentation. Yeah, this is the document. Yeah, so you can see it says already worked out all the details. So this is the chapter of a book, the 100-page machine learning book. I'll share it to you, right? Initial දේවල් ටිකක්. So now, likewise, now can you remember I talked about these RAGs? Similarly, I can create another new knowledge base. I can say crypto KB, and now you can say details, detailed books, whatever, even podcasts, any knowledge that you have, which you think that is not available in ChatGPT, you can create the knowledge base here. Say, for example, we can download the PDF like smart Bitcoin smart contract PDF or something. So for a moment, we'll assume we have our own information. මේව ඔක්කොම ඉන්ටර්නෙට් එකේ තියෙනවා. හැබැයි ඉන්ටර්නෙට් එකේ නැති ඕගොල්ලෝ වැඩ කරන ඕගනයිසේෂන් එකේ තියෙන ඕගොල්ලන්ට දීපු වෙනම PDF 100ක් තියෙනවා. ඒ ටික ඔක්කොම දාන්න පුළුවන් ඔයාලට. But I can download this. Assume for a moment, right? මේක ඔකට තේරෙන්න ඕන මම කියන එක. This is some private information that is obviously not there in ChatGPT. And මේක අලුත්ම එකක් සමහරලාට. මේක try කරලත් නැහැ කවුරුත්ම. Right? So now I need to go and details, books, and drag and drop file to upload. Okay, so upload files. I'll upload this one. So likewise, I can, it's like, it depends on your computer only, right? I can upload like few GBs of content. Now, if you go to knowledge, now you can see crypto knowledge base is there. So what I can do now is I can go here, go to my crypto coach and go down, and I can say, Machang, I want my knowledge base to go with this knowledge base. So I can even ask a question. Now, if I save this, save and update, and if I go here, if I ask a question from this one, as an example, now even if I ask this question, they know about it. Something like this. If I copy this, how to complete this? What is the complete code? Let me check. But obviously now we can refer to the documentation and get the answer. Yeah, complete code. Probably, yeah, it's the same thing. You can go and check. Yeah, it's almost the same thing. Almost the same thing, not probably some parts are missing. Yeah, but you can get the idea, right? So that's the knowledge base. Any questions up to this point? So we talked about models, knowledge, prompts we have not talked about yet. And then, of course, something called tools. And these two things are immensely valuable. But before that, any questions? Yes, Samuel, go ahead.
So can we share the knowledge base with another system like Notebook LM without re-indexing it?
Yes, you can. Of course you can. Right? That's the value of it. Like, so see here, like, see, if you don't need a RAG here. So we are going to develop RAGs, right? So we don't need a RAG here. You can just share it, right? So you don't need to pre-train it because it's going to train itself, right? But remember, this is not a RAG. It just use a very simple concept like that, but it's almost like a RAG, right? So it goes through this content, the knowledge. Right.
And the facts that we are just collecting from the research, just after finish the research, we can just upload it the system.
Yes. Yes.
Then let them others to use it, like
Yes,
according to the requirement.
exactly. And also you can create a model, it's called your family finance. And then you can add this knowledge base as your family finance documents. So you will never upload your family finance documents to a knowledge base in ChatGPT, right? So you do that, but this you can do. And then prompts and tools. Yeah. Yes. Any other question? Yeah. So the prompts and tools, this is where you need to go to the original website. So if you go to, I'll close these unnecessary ones for the moment. This one. Yeah. If you go to openwebui.com, there you find all these prompts, right? So if you go and check, there are top models here which you can use. And then of course, new prompts. So there are plenty of prompts that you can even copy paste. So as an example, prompt boardroom. If you go here, see, there's a system prompt. You are not a singular assistant. You are executive synthesis engine for multiple agent adversaries in language boardroom, a collective autonomous entity. So likewise, you can write different types of prompts. Your role is a CEO. As an example, sometimes you have to make quick decisions, faster decisions. එතන ඔය chat GPT පැය ගණන් ගගහින්න බෑ ඔයගොල්ලන්ට. ඔයගොල්ලන් තියෙනවා සෑහෙන ලොකු business decision එකක් ගන්න. එතකොට මේ වගේ prompt එකක් හරි වැදගත් වෙනවා. So see, it's a very detailed prompt. So what you can do is, you can get this prompt. It's a system prompt, prompt enhancement boardroom, something, right? Anyway, but let's copy this one for the moment. And let's go here and you can create a new prompt, right? So this is prompt is CEO prompt, right? So then we'll share this here. Yeah, so that's saved and created. So you have a CEO prompt. So I created a code expert prompt earlier. Please provide me the coding query likewise. So you can, there are thousands of prompt examples. Even if you go to GitHub, there are, if you go search for GitHub, awesome prompt libraries, my goodness, there can be thousands, millions of different types of prompts. Awesome ChatGPT prompts. So, you know, she can find probably millions of them here. Different types of prompt that will really use and act as an English translator, act as a job interviewer. I want to act as you to act as an interviewer. You can see, right? See, so use these things for the betterment. People who are watching this video, act as a JavaScript console, act as an Excel sheet, right? So if you want to learn anything, my goodness, see how big this list is. Act as a doctor if you want to just talk about your disease or health issues. You can do that. Act as an accountant. If you're not sure about, you want to act as a chef, act as a journal review if you are writing a paper. DIY expert. So I'm not going to talk too much about it. I think you understand what I'm saying. Yeah. So let's close all these things. Yep. So is that clear? Similarly, the next one important is tools. My goodness, this is immense. This is huge, right? So remember, if you want, you can create your own tools as well. Tools are simply saying these are things that you can basically use to make your lives much easier, right? This is like agents. We're going to talk in like probably a few minutes. We're going to start talking about agents. හරි මේ agents තමයි මේකත් simpler විදිහකට. ඊට lazy විදිහට මේක හදලා තියෙන්නේ. ඉතින් there are tools which developed by a lot of people like you and me. So if you go and search here, where are tools? Tools, search tools. Give me a second. Let's do a search again. Top models, prompts, new models. I'm not seeing the okay tools here. The tools, yeah. See all the tools. So there are different types of tools, image generation tools. So what they do, but you have to be one thing. You have to be careful. Now, as an example, now right now the chat cannot get. Can you get? Okay, let me go to my original one. Can you go and get the price of Apple stock that you can do, right? That you can get the Apple stock price. But now remember, the Llama 2-3 sensors doesn't know today's Apple price. So then that's where you need to understand you need to go and fetch it from. So actually it gives a code, right? So because I'm asking for codes, but see, like it doesn't know. That's where you need a tool to do web search. So what you can do is you can basically implement this tool inside your local LLM tool, and then it can have the ability to even to go to the internet. So all these things you can do. I'm not going to talk too much about this now because I've been talking a lot about this now for almost like 45 minutes after the news items. So now I hope you can understand the value of it. Any questions? So please start building this up, and you can do a lot of customization with tools, prompts. My goodness, there are so many other things. Build so many workspaces according to your needs. And of course, you can find models here as well. There are people like models built by other people. So you can, as an example, so you can see here different models. So you can just see like what people uses everywhere. So as an example, Nikola Tesla, right? So there's a model created by somebody called Nikola Tesla. So you can it's like being an inventor, you can do that. Hope it's clear. Right. Any questions, guys? Any questions up to this point? So I'll just basically close other things and leave what we are planning to do next. Hope you're not boring. කම්මැලි විලක් හිතන්නේ නෑ. මම හිතනවා you learn few things now. Anything that you want to clarify? So people here live and also people who are going to watch this video, please try to implement it. So next week,
This
implement
module needs to upgrade.
Come again, Kavita.
If you need to regularly upgrade this one because it is already installed in our local machine, so then
yes,
how it requires to update?
You don't need to update. You don't need to update. If you want to have a new model downloaded, go to Ollama, download the model. Soon as you go here, you can see the model. The new model will be automatically added to this one. That's not a problem. So all updated models.
If this local model is hosting, how
hosted in this Docker image, this Docker image. So it's locally hosted. It's not in a different computer, or it's just locally hosted. So once you don't need it, just shut it down. That's it. Once again, we need it, you can switch it on. That's it. Open Docker and just shut it down and shut it on. That's all. Or shut on. Or switch on. Is that clear?
Yes. Yes.
It's under your control, completely under your control. All good. Right. So next we are moving into some other topic. This is called agents. And this is a huge topic. People are like crazily, I don't know, what is the right word for this? Involved working with this thing called agents, right? Yeah. So how many of you now work with agents? That's my next question. How many of you really uses agents in your everyday life? Right. So of course, like we need to understand, or you need to understand a bit what are these things called agents. I'm going to talk to you a lot about it. I don't really need to. So I have not even saved this right. Quickly save this. All about agents, MCP, right. Okay, so there are a lot of different explanation about agents, but very simply saying, right? So agent would be something with a brain. That's like the large language model, ChatGPT, sorry, GPT or Gemini or Claude. It can think and it can have an input. So you can give input. It can think. And of course, it uses different tools and just it gives output. It has some memory and it gives output. I'll give you a good example. If you want to write a book, you just give input, the brain will do. And I want the book writer to go and fetch information from Reddit, Facebook, all YouTube speeches from Donald Trump, and I ask to write a book. And the agent write the book within a 1 month period. That's a fun thing here. You understand, guys, right? Samira, I see that you're here. So if you want to write a book within 3 months, You can ask the agent to collect all the information for 3 months and you can run this on the cloud. And this is like a person writing the book for you. Right? අපි කරද්දී තේ තව දෙයක් තව සිම්පල් අපි කට යමු ඉස්සරහට ඊට පස්සේ මේක තේරෙයි. ඉතින් මේක කරන්න පුළුවන් දේවල් අසීමිතයි. I cannot even imagine what you can do with this. තේරෙන්නේ නැත්නම් අපි සරල එක්සැම්පල් එකට ගිහිල්ලා යමු ඊට පස්සේ මේක තේරුම් ගන්න හරි ලේසි. right? ඉතින් මේක දැන් ඉස්සර මේකම කරා මේ robotic process automation කියලා. ඔයගොල්ලෝ අහලා ඇති සමහර කට්ටිය මේ මම හිතන්නේ සමීර you are I think you are knowledgeable about this, right? Robotic process automation.
process number.
Yeah, so මේකෙදි වෙන්නේ මේක මේ rule base එකම දේ දෙන්නේ මේක rule base. අපිට මේක පාවිච්චි කරා ඔය call centers වල සමීර මම හිතන්නේ දන්නේ නැහැ. කමක් නැහැ. පස්සේ කතා කරමු. මේක මෙතනදී AI පාවිච්චි වුන්නේ නැහැ. large language model පාවිච්චි වුන්නේ නැහැ. මෙතන UiPath කියලා tool එකක් තියෙනවා. මේක හරිම ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රියේ මාර විදිහට පිළිගත්ත tool එකක්. agentic automation කියන එක. ඉස්සර ඒගොල්ලෝ large language model පාවිච්චි කරේ නැහැ. හැබැයි මේක හිතා ගන්න බැරි විදිහට පාවිච්චි කරා companies විදිහට. මෙතන හැම call center එකක්ම ලෝකේ තියෙන මේ UI automation කියන එක පාවිච්චි කරා. UiPath, right? What is robotic process? You can see there are different solutions. The difference is that මේකෙදි වෙන්නේ මේක මේ rule ටිකක් එක්ක call එක આવොත් මේ විදිහට આવොත් සලකන්න. call එක nuisance call එකක් නම් මේ එක drop කරන්න. එහෙම තිබ්බා. දැන් ඒකේ දැන් brain එකකින් තමයි වැඩ කරන්නේ. මම මගේ slide එකේ ඒක තිබ්බා කොහේ හරි තැනක. දැන් මේ විදිහට example එක මම පෙන්නන්නම්. දැන් මේ විදිහට මේ just මේ බලන්න email එකක් receive වෙනවා. දැන් මේ පොඩ්ඩකට හිතන්න මේ LLM එකක් නැහැ කියලා මෙතන. there's no LLM. ඒකේ junk නම් just trash. not junk නම් බලනවා මේක hard response එකක්ද ලියන්න ඕනේ easy response එකක්ද. hard response එකක් නම් මිනිස්සෙක් ලියන්නේ. easy response එකක් නම් large language model එකක් ලියනවා. මේක කලින් තිබ්බා මෙතන මේ brain එකක් තිබ්බේ නැහැ. යාට හිතන්න පුළුවන්කමක් තිබ්බේ නැහැ. දැන් මේක agent වෙන්නේ මේ ඉන්නේ කට්ටිය මේ robot මූණ තියෙන්නේ. යාට හිතන්න පුළුවන් මේ තැන් තුනේම. ඔන්න වගේ අපිට හදන්න පුළුවන්. ඉතින් sky තමයි limit එක. අර කියන්නේ sky is the limit කියලා මේක කරන්න බැරි දෙයක් නැහැ. මගේ යාළුවෙක් අතර මේ කතා කරලා ඇහුවා. අද මම හිතන්නේ යා නෑ මේකේ. මේ එයාට chat bot එකක් හදා ගන්න ඕනේ කියලා WhatsApp එකේ. නැත්නම් Telegram එකේ. මේවා කලිනුත් තිබ්බා ඔය. If you are playing games in Discord, sorry not Discord, but if you are playing games, you know Discord, right? Discord is full of this bots. ගොඩක් වෙලාවට නම් noisance bots තියෙන්නේ. ඉතින් but anyway ඒවත් rule based උනේ. දැන් ඒ වගේ bots හදන්න පුළුවන් ඕන. මෙතනම තියෙනවා මේ platform එක තමයි N8N. මේක එක විශේෂත්වයක් තමයි ඔයගොල්ලන්ට agents හදන්න පුළුවන්. අපි හදමු දැන් agent කෙනෙක් වෙනින්. You can build agents sitting without code. No code එකක් මේක. අපි basic code එකකුත් ලියමු. Don't worry. We are going to learn coding as well. මේක no code එකක්. ඉතින් බලන්න මේක මේ තියෙන 3000 workflows තියෙනවා. හිතා ගන්න බැරි areas වලට. ඉතින් ඔයගොල්ලන් කම්පැනි එකේ දැනට වැඩ කරන වැඩක් ඔයාලට මේක automate කරන්න පුළුවන්. example එකක් බැලුවොත් මේ IT ops. කොහොමද මේක automated weather reports with bright data. ඉතින් weather reports කියනවා හරි වැදගත්. අපි හිතමු සිරස කට්ටියට හැමදාම උදේට weather news කියන්න වෙනවා. ඉතින් ඒකට ඉක්මනින් මේක හදා ගන්න පුළුවන්. මේක automate කරලි වෙලා. ඕනනම් මේකට weather report එක බලලා ඒක හරියට තෝරලා Twitter එකේ update එකක් දාන එකත් automatically කරන්න පුළුවන්. ගොඩක් කට්ටිය දැන් ඔය politicians ලාගේ එහෙම සමහර ඒවා automatically යන්නේ. තව බලුවොත් එහෙම මෙතන බැලුවොත් එහෙම මේක මොනවද? featured templates තියෙනවා මෙන්න. generate YouTube video metadata. generate AI videos with Google VO3. මෙන්න. This is like if you guys are into marketing, you guys can use this. Generate AI videos with Google VO3, save to Google Drive and upload to YouTube. මේ ඔක්කොම automate කරන්න පුළුවන්. Now, if you guys are taking a lot of time these days, see, මේ model එක බලන්න පුළුවන් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට. අපි මේ වගේ models පස්සේ හදමු. අද එච්චර ලොකු complex ඒවා අපිට හදන්න බෑ. Right? මෙන්න මේ වගේ දේවල් හදන්න පුළුවන්. So this is not a big deal now. Right? You can read some newsletters, extract the content, prompt එකක් ලියලා video එකක් හදලා video එක download උත් කරලා edit උත් කරලා YouTube එකට host කරලා YouTube එකේ marketing උත් කරලා you can do all those crazy things with the agent these days. I hope it's clear. Anyone here had done an agent or built an agent? Probably not, right? Yeah. So you guys and also people who are watching later, you guys can do this with me. What we can use right now is N8N. So this is even this one is also same. It has some sample templates. or models which people can or people will give you for free. So what we're going to do is we are going to also build something simpler quickly, because the time, we don't have a lot of time. What I'm going to build is today is this particular one. So what it does is basically it when I send a message through a chat, say මේක මේ chat එක WhatsApp එකක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. මට ඉක්මනින් email එකක් යවන්න. ඒතර මට Gmail එකට log වෙන්න වෙලාවක් නැහැ. ඒත් මම කරන්නේ chat එකේ message එකක් ගහනවා. මචං message එකක් දාන්න මේ නිමල්ට ඌට හෙට දවල් 10ට ගෙදර එන්න කියලා. ඔක ඊමේල් එකක් දාලා යවන්න ඕනේ, chat එක යවන්න බෑ. මොකද එයා chat පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ නැහැ මේක. නැත්නම් office එකේ boss ට chat කරන්න බෑ වාට. නැත්නම් sir කෙනෙකුට chat කරන්න බෑ. ඒතර එක please send this as a proper message, professional message එකක් විතර යන්න email එකේ. Likewise. Okay. නැත්නම් ටක් ගාලා call එකක් ලිකන අවුරක් කියන email එකක් එවන්න වාගේ problem එකේ chat කරන්න බෑ. Send it as a complaint. ඉතින් මේක වල පුළුවන් chat එකේ message කරන්න පුළුවන්. So මෙන්න මේ prompt එක, මෙන්න මේ සම්පූර්ණ workflow එක අපි හදන්නයි යන්නේ. ඉතින් මෙතනදී පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ අර අපි කිව්ව robotic process automation නෙමෙයි, මේක අර automation නෙමෙයි, මේක AI automation. ඒකයි අපිට මේකට agent කෙනෙක් කියලා කියන්නේ. ඉතින් අපි ඉක්මනින් මේක හදමු. මේකට you have to use N8N. So if you want to work with N8N, basically you can get a free login for 14 days. So remember, they don't ask you to do credit cards, so nothing to worry. Just sign in. You get an account for 14 days, right? Once you're done with it, make sure to cancel the account, or they will ask you to whether you want to buy it or not. They will then probably close the account. They don't ask for credit card details initially, so nothing to worry. Right, so then I have created one called AI Coach. You can also do this, or you can just have a quick look what I'm doing. It's quite simple, right? So I'll explain to it soon as possible. And I really want to do a lot more, but I don't think we have enough time. So I'll explain how to do this. Probably I'll explain how to do this with code. Now make a current no code. The method code do it here. But again, don't worry. Code කරන එකත් එච්චර අමාරු නෑ. Cursor tool එකත් එක්ක අපි වැඩ කරන. දැන් Gemini Express එකත් එක්ක අපි ගිහිසතේ කරා. You can work on it. So let's start a new project or new workflow. Right? So that's basically what we are planning to do. Yeah. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a chatbot, chat trigger, or I'm going to create an AI agent. That's what I'm going to do. So basically you get this canvas. It's a canvas. They make a හරි සරලයි මේ අනම්මනම් කැලේ ටික ඔක්කොම අයින් කරාම මෙතන canvas එකක් එන්නේ like අර Figma වල වගේ පොඩි canvas එකක් එනවා. මේ canvas එකේ අපි AI agent කෙනෙක් දාගන්නයි යන්නේ. So as the first step, we are going to put an AI agent. Right, so we say put AI agent. So when I put in the AI agent, they ask few questions. So basically, I'm going to say I'm going to start my AI agent with the input. If you can remember what I showed you, මෙතන input එක වෙන්නේ chat message එකක්. මේ තමයි AI agent brain එක. So I'm going to just create one. There's nothing much I want to do. When I select this, I want to say connect with the chat trigger. Trigger වෙන්නේ chat එකකින්. I think that's it. That's basically it. If I want, I can do a lot of options, but right now I'm not going to do anything. I'm going back to the canvas. So I get this basic what you call this UI like UI, right? So you get just UI looking thing. So it's kind of easy to understand. So when a chat message received, I can chat message අපි ගහනවා email එක generate කරන්න. මේ දැනට මේ AI agent මුකුත්ම දන්නේ නැහැ කරන්න ඕන. It's dumb agent. right? තාම දන්නේ නැහැ. ඉතින් පළවෙනි එක තමයි අපි බලමු chat එකක් දීලා අපි අහමු hi. hi කියලා දැම්මම බලමු මොකද වෙන්නේ කියලා වෙලා. ඒ hi කිව්වට එයා කියනවා problem. ඇයි ඒ problem? Miss තාම මෙයා large language model එකට connect වෙලා නැහැ. So it's not connected to large language model. So we need to connect it to a large language model. ඔන්න තමයි first එක. So you have to first understand that that's just a dumb thing. It's not a really AI guy. So I'm going to first create a chat model. So here there are so many chat models that you can use. මතක තියාගන්න මේක අපිට locally කරන්න පුළුවන්. Now I'm running it on N8N cloud or in the web interface or in their server. Next week we'll see how to do it locally. And here this is where we can use Ollama models. අපි මෙතන Ollama වගේ පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. මේ Ollama chat model එක පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. So right now don't worry, I'm not going to use Ollama, I'm going to use OpenAI. So I would say OpenAI chat model. And here, now remember, if you're doing for the first time, you need to get a API key. මේක අපි අහලා තියෙනවා දැන් ඕන තරම් API key එකක් ගන්න ඕනේ. අරගෙන connect කරන්න ඕනේ. But guys, because I have done it multiple times now. Let me close these unnecessary ones. Right, so I have already created that OpenAI connection. Demo කියලා එකක් මම හදාගෙන තියෙන්නේ. So then also I can use the which GPT model I'm going to use. Am I going to use something very expensive or like the simplest one, which is GPT 4.1 mini? That's fine. That's enough for me. And if I want, I can set up different parameters. Temperature, if you can remember, we talked about temperature and everything last time. Those things also you can say top P, if you can remember top P last time. Yeah, so those things can be connected. That's fine. So this is also fine. Go back. Now you can see product model එක වෙනස් වෙලා දැන් ඔන්න පේනවා මෙන්න OpenAI chat model එක connect වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. අනිත් ඒවා තාම නැහැ, memory නැහැ, tools නැහැ, වෙන මොකුත් නැහැ. That's fine. Let's go to OpenAI chat now and say hi Machan. You can say Machan. Right? So yeah, now you can see it's working. No? So there's something going on. පොඩ්ඩක් නිකන් run වෙනවා. Yeah, දැන් පේනවානේ. You can see chat එක ගියා මෙතෙන්ට and it has gone to the OpenAI model. It has gone to OpenAI. දැන් මෙතනදී that's not running locally, right? It goes to OpenAI. ඔන්නක තමයි වෙන්නේ ඇමරිකාවට යන්න වෙනවා message එක. Assuming it's in America. Okay. So but then I am saying how can it says how can I assist? Hi Machan, I'm Lakmal. So I'm going to give my name. Then see what's again it's running. See, it's running and says, hi Lakmal, how can I assist you today? Can you remember my name? Can you remember my name? I hope you guys can see here down under. I don't have ability to remember personal information. Oh my goodness. This is the other important thing. This will come when we are developing a RAG also next time, probably next week. මෙතන මේ මෙයාට මතක නැහැ කිසිම දෙයක්. හරි? මොකද මේ chat when you are doing with ChatGPT will remember it. But we are not using ChatGPT, right? We are using a GPT model. So now we need to create a memory. මේ brain එක තමයි මේක. හැබැයි memory එක කියන්නේ වෙනම කතාවක්, right? අපේ brain එකේ නම් memory ඔක්කොම එකට තියෙන processing. But this is not like that. Computer, remember, right? Processing is CPU, memory different, RAM, ROM, right? Then the hard disk space, all memory. Right? Storage, hard disk, memory තමයි. ROM එක, RAM එක, storage, everything is memory. So you have to add memory. Now, when you're adding memory, you can store it somewhere else. You can do it in MongoDB. There are so many other things. You can work on a Redis structure. You can do it in Amazon Cloud. My goodness. But now I'll use a very simple memory. And there I'm going to say there's some JSON session ID, and also don't worry too much about this coding stuff. And then the context window length, how much I'm going to keep in memory, which is 5 elements. That's more than enough. And there are so many other things here, nothing to worry, tables, JSON, all these things, you will learn very simply. Right, now I have a memory also. Now I can test. Up to this point, any question? Any question up to this point? Don't worry. So you will do these things. Right? Maybe first time you are saying this, or maybe you have done this so many times. It can be, but for some people, it's the first time. But remember the value of this. My goodness, this can change your world. Examples, millions of examples. Everywhere you can see these things. Right. So then I chat Machan, can you remember my name? The memory ka දාලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ තාම මං හිතන්නේ අපි දිව්ව නැති හින්දා මෙයාට මතක නැහැ. මේ මතකෙට ඇඩ් කරගෙන නැහැ. බලමු. Machan, can you remember my name? No. Okay. I am Lakmal. And I'm from Malabar, Sri Lanka or something. Now, yeah, nice to meet you, Lakmal. Great to show. Where's my location? You can see now, see, it goes to the memory. No? Later on, we'll see this. Right? So you can go to the memory. Everything they have saved. You mentioned you're from Malabar, which is a suburb located in Colombo district of Sri Lanka. Who am I? So the most important question, who am I? Now see, the memory is all connected. Right. So of course you are Lakmal from Malabar. Yeah, done. All good. All fine. So now the major part is almost done. Now we have a chat model OpenAI model is connected. You have memory. Now this is the part which is probably the valuable. Heart is the AI agent. Make a brain එක heart එක මේක අපි එහෙමයි කියන්නේ. හැබැයි tools තමයි වැදගත්ම. This is where N8N or agents become so powerful because there are millions of things that you can connect, guys. If you are into HubSpot with marketing, or if you are into emails, or if you want to work with clients, if you wanted to work with different Magento, if you want to e-commerce, right? If you want to do, I don't know, I'm not very clear about these things. Microsoft OneDrive, if you want, if you do music, and so many crazy things here, thousands and thousands. The same things done by companies like Zapier, right? So there are many no-code tools. Zapier is another one. N8N have a bit of a knack for developers these days, but Zapier is also a huge company, and then Make.com too. So many others are also there, right? It's a huge playing field, right? But what I need now is I need a Gmail tool. So I'm going to add that, right? And of course, again, remember, I need to connect my Gmail account. I have already connected it, and tool description set automatically. I'm going to send a message. Operation is send. Yeah, to example, I can give my direct email, or what I can do is there's a fun thing that I can do here. I can send expression. So this is where I'm make a bit of a code here. Basically, it's not like a comprehensive code or something like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bit of a try to make it. I would say dynamic. So I would say from AI, and I'm going to say the two aspect is email address. So because the reason you'll see later on, I can just give a text. වචනෙන් මේක කියන්න පුළුවන් තත්ත්වයට හැදෙනවා. ඉතින් අපි මේක ලියමු 2 එක දාලා. එතකොට ඒක හරි. සබ්ජෙක්ට් එකත් මේ විදිහටම අපි දානවා. Sorry, I need to put it as expression from AI. So this is a practically, it's a marvelous command in a way, because it makes things so automatic or dynamic. Again, this is email subject. Common thing everybody can understand also. And then we can say the message is the email body. Email body. Yeah. So I think it's all good. Yeah, now I'm sending through my Gmail account. I have already connected it. Set automatically. Resource is a message, send a message. 2 is what I'm going to say as the address. Subject is also what I'm going to say as a subject. And the body is the body, whatever it's going to create. And then there are a few actions I can take. Only thing is I don't want to add this N8N attribution. Otherwise, every email they would say, Machang, this is coming from N8N. It doesn't look, so professional. Yeah, so that's it. That's done. So now I have already connected the agent to email. But remember, there are thousands of other tools I can add. I can send it to Gmail. I can send it to WhatsApp, all these things. So I can send to WhatsApp. If he says to send the email, click on the, likewise, I can build logic. Right? There are agents that 500ක් හරි connect කරන්න tools 500ක් හරි connect කරන්න පුළුවන් මේ AI agent. ඔන්න මේ AI agent තව AI agent එකක් connect කරන්න පුළුවන්. So please understand. So that's about it. And with an output එකක් නැති හින්දා I can get a kind of edit something, or I can do it later. Not to worry. Just leave it around. Let me check whether I have in the original one if there's anything. Yeah, there's an output, right? So there's a manual one. Let me say edit manual. If there's any manual output, I can say edit fields. That's enough. There's nothing much to do here. I can just say give the output only from the table. Yeah, just I'll add the output. That's enough. This is just just a placeholder, right? Don't worry too much. It's just a field because whatever the output that's you're getting, it will just placed here. That's all. Don't worry too much about what is this edit field. It output එක එච්චරයි. හරි. දැන් කවුරු මට කියනවාද what is missing here? Now will this work now? No. Why? I'm going to save this now. I haven't saved it at least once. Guys, like I know it's almost 9. It's very important, right? So once you learn today's stuff, next week onwards, we can build marvelous things. Because we are going to learn a little bit about MCP as well. You can build a good product. Of course, we have to go deep into content. We have just but you understand what I'm saying. And even people who are watching now we can of course start watching other video series. There are plenty of guys in YouTube, courses for free. Yeah, start watching them. But anyway, what is the missing element here now? Yes, anyone? I didn't hear you clearly. Someone want to say? Someone saying something? No, right? Yeah. So the heart is the missing, or the real system is the missing. AI agent doesn't know what to do. I can ask a message, say, can you email lakmal@gmail.com? I can send this, but it won't work because I have put the things in clear. So if I go to my web email, it doesn't go like that. Why? Because there's no clear instructions provided yet. So this is where I need to send the instructions clearly. So I need to send the instruction here as a system message. So here I need to clearly give the information, right? So I need to give a clear prompt, as we normally call it, as a prompt. So let's write a prompt. So again, I can write the prompt, or I can go to Perplexity or ChatGPT. Let me mute this person. Yeah, so I'm using N8N AI agent to send an email from chat to a specific email address. Then the cool thing is I can even go and get the workflow. Let me go to Canvas. I can, get a workflow image and paste it to Perplexity. Check the image for agentic flow. Now write a system message for the agent to send the email. Write it in Markdown. Let's see whether he's going to do enough good prompt for that. You are an AI-powered email assistant integrated with the N8N workflow. Your primary task is to retrieve the chat messages, compose professional emails to designate a recipient using Gmail. Follow this instruction. Read the content of the chat message, identify the main topic, compose, write a clear and concise subject line that reflects the chat message. Begin the email with the policy greeting, summarize the main. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so example output body. Okay, I think it will work. So let's copy this and go here and again come here, go to the system message and paste it here. Yeah, maybe it's okay right now. Maybe we had updated it a little bit, but you got my idea, right? So this is what we do. Samuel, do you have a question?
So how to implement this guardrails? For example, if it sends a resignation note to my work.
Yeah. So you have to put the guardrail. Very important questions, right? මේක හරි වැදගත්. මේක විතර guardrail කරන්න ඕනේ. මේක විතර නෙමෙයි තව ගොඩක් දේවල්. ඉතින් අපි එක ඉගෙන ගමු. ඒක කරද්දි prompt එක ලියන්න ඕන හැටි. දැන් සමහර ලාවට මේ විදිහට ඒ කියන්නේ මේ සමහරවිට ප්‍රශ්නේ guardrail කියන වචනේ තේරුම තමයි සමහර දේවල් වලට rules දාන්න ඕනේ. stop points තියෙන්න ඕනේ. සමහර දේවල් ඕනට වඩා කරන්න හොඳ නැහැ. ඉතින් අපි ඉගෙන ගමු. මම right now Samuel I'm going with the simplest thing. Then we'll understand how to put those additional rules and other things. Right?
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah. But it's a good question, yes. Yeah, so now everything is here. I think all seems to be good. We don't need to add any options, much options here, but of course you can put some sort of guardrails from here as well. Yep. We'll go to the canvas again. Right now it seems everything is properly created. So what I'm going to do is, yeah, I'm going to open the chat. I'm now going to test it. So I think I have a different email connected today. Let me check. I have it somewhere. Yeah, I think I have it. Yeah, so this is my email box, the other email box. This email is lakmalrupasingh@80.gmail.com. Let me check whether it's going to work. Send a message to my friend Lakmal. Email. Yep. I hope they will get it correctly. Oops. Yep. Saying to meet me at I don't know, Colombo Harbor, Colombo Ports at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Yeah, let's see. It seems everything is running, and agent is working on its magic ideally, and it says it sent a message, and we'll wait for the output. Node executed successfully. If you go here, the output, if you want, you can go to the AI agent and we can check the output logs. It says subject meeting at Colombo Ports tomorrow morning, body Lakmal. I hope this message fine, blah, blah, blah. If I want, I can go and get the logs, output logs and everything. But why you should do any of those things? I'll go and check my email. Yes, I got a message email, probably not professionally, you know, what do you call this? Line breaked, but it says, Dear Lakmal, I hope this message fine well. I would like to meet you at Colombo Ports at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Please let me know if the time works for you. Looking forward to see you. Best regards. I hope it's clear to all of you. Isn't that, you know, you should understand how valuable this is, right? How cool this is, right? So this can do so much of things. Right? So see, like this is just a message, right? So now the next thing that you can do, this message can be coming from WhatsApp, and this email is not a single email, like 100 email book from Airtable. So that's a company called Airtable, which sells services where we want to host 10,000 email addresses, or it can be, I don't know, like it can be any of those new companies that you want to make, right? What you have to do is just do a voice call to WhatsApp. I want to send 1,000 messages to these guys saying this and that. You can just give a voice message and it will happen. And the instructions දෙන්න පුළුවන් body එකේ මට images පහක් දාන්න, YouTube එකේ top messages පහ දාන්න, මට email newsletters ලියලා යවන්න පුළුවන්. Do you understand what I'm saying, guys? Can you understand what I'm saying? So you can create so much of content with this, and of course people do use it. People create YouTube videos on this. අර අපි දැක්ක example එක අපිට videos හදන්න පුළුවන් මේ විදියට. Vio එකෙන් නේ අපිට කියන්න තියෙන මචං මට වීඩියෝ එකක් හදන්න අලියෙක්ගේ පිටේ මෙහෙම යන එකක් හදලා ඉවර වෙලා Vio 3 එකෙන් Vio 3 or whatever ඒක Gmail එකට දාලා drive එකට දාලා upload කරන්න YouTube එකේ මේ channels 10ක් තියෙන කෙනෙකුට කියන්න පුළුවන් මේ channel එකට upload කරලා ඒක share කරන්න Facebook post එක මේ විදියට අන්න එක call එකෙන් කරන්න පුළුවන් උදේ නැගිටලා ඇඳේ ඉඳගෙන කරන්න පුළුවන් තත්ත්වයක් දැන් තියෙනවා. Do you understand that? So maybe you guys have already know about it, but now you should start doing it, right? So this is the one that can even be used by a marketeer. ඉතින් මේක අපිට code වලින් කරන්නත් පුළුවන්. Right? මේක code වලින් කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඊට කලින් මම හොඳ පොඩි fun දේවල් ටිකක් පෙන්නන්නම් just for you guys to start enjoying, I would say enjoying. Right word is enjoying, of course, and also trying to look at what you can do. Let me show you some of those things. If you go here, so awesome 100 community nodes. So there are plenty of nodes which you can work. If you go to this awesome list in GitHub, I'll probably share most of these things. There are so many things that you can do. As an example, AI LLM voice nodes. So you can see provide MCP nodes for N8N. Enhances your workflow with user-friendly DeepSeek AI nodes. So similar to what I have shown you earlier, there are so much of things freely available for you to work with. See, different types of models, templates, which you can use for your products, to earn money, to have fun and everything. So all these things are available. So I'll just quickly show it to you. And this is again N8N templates. There are again thousands of them. If you go here, so different Gmail and email automation, basic automation, Gmail, email labeling with OpenAI, compose reply draft emails, right? Any questions? Anyone? Samuel, do you have a question?
That's it.
No,
Sorry, it was a previous thing.
Previous, it's fine. So then analyze suspicious emails that you can do for cybersecurity support. Very simple, human in the loop, auto categorize Outlook. So there's a plenty. I don't want to go more and more on this. Telegram, if you use Telegram channels to, I don't know, share things, videos, movies, and you have the different business lines on Telegram, right? Yeah, and also if you are into share market, you have a Telegram channel to sell with, you have a small subscription, but you give points to buy Forex market stuff and share stuff and everything. All these things you can do now. But remember, like anybody can do that. But when you learn new things, when you learn research, you can create these chatbots to do better things, right? So as an example here, it says integrates NeuroChain API to text and image generation inside Telegram and do creative media interactions. Make a target yanda then aluthen marketing channels වලට. ගිල කියන්න සිරසර ගිල කියන්න I will build it for you. I think they will listen, right? Obviously, they will also already be doing this, but you can obviously find new clients which you can get things done like this. Bank එක පුළුවන් මේක හදන්න පුළුවන් customers ට. PDF processing, yeah? So there's a lot. I'll quickly show it to you. So of course I showed this one earlier. If you go to these other websites also, you can find plenty. I'll come to this later. And of course, a lot of prompt engineering stuff, again, valuable. We talked about prompt engineering. There's a lot of content here. Guys, go through that. And yeah, I'll come to this later. Right. There are a few other things for me to show you. Yeah, that for now it's enough, right? I hope there's no problems in N8N.
This one can be integrated with another like SQL server or some company database. As well.
Exactly. Okay. So you can get a SQL database in, as an example, MongoDB. You can get MongoDB, right? Or any Amazon EC2 service. I don't know whether you can EC2 directly from here, but of course, Amazon, there are a lot of tools related to Amazon. So you can AWS Lambda tool. Of course, that works with the AWS Lambda, right? So if you know about cloud, you can do all these things. Crazily valuable. Right, guys? Any questions? And I want to teach you something very valuable. We have like 20 minutes, but still I wanted to teach you this and probably let you go. Anything? Don't worry, we are going to slowly go through my slide deck next week. So there's plenty of slides about AI agents, what people call, what are the agents, who are the agents, different workflows. Don't worry, I'm not going to talk any of those things today. And there's plenty more to learn. But I want to teach you one additional thing. That is about MCP servers. What is this MCP? Before that, tell me if there's any questions. Who knows what is an MCP server or what is MCP? You are getting close to another $1 million or $1 billion. I know it's a bit of an old concept now, But you have to learn this very clearly. Making කරන්න පුළුවන් දේවල් තවත් අසීමිතයි. Anyone can explain in simple words what is this MCP? Right. Don't worry. Now මම මේක example එකකින් කියලා දෙන්නම්. දැන් මෙතනදී අපි හිතමු for a moment, right? You need to work with 100 different tools. එතකොට තමයි මොකද මම කරන්න ඕනේ මේකේ AI agents වෙනම tools 100ම connect කරන්න ඕනේ. මෙතන එතකොට එනවා නිකන් හිතා ගන්න බැරි ලොකු network එකක් නේ. right? දැන් මෙතන එනවා මේ විදිහට network එකක් මේ විදිහට ඇවිල්ලා right? දැන් මෙතන තව tools 100ක් විතර එන්න ඕනේ. එහෙම අර you can see in the workflows, right? Example workflows තියෙනවා. ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන්නේ this is not going to be very I would say optimal. Yep. Any question? Right? Yeah. So this is where you get MCP server. So what happens is you can just create one single MCP server does all that for you. MCP server එක කියන්නේ මේක MCP කියන model එකේ වෙන්නේ client server කියලා දෙකක් තියෙනවා. We connect as client to a server just to do anything that we wants to. So the MCP server will create all the logic. Get a very simple example. මම කිව්වේ මම දැම්මම අදහස YouTube වීඩියෝ එකේ ස්ක්‍රිප්ට් එක හදලා YouTube වීඩියෝ එක හදලා ඒ කරන ඔක්කොම වැඩ ටික ඒගොල්ලෝ අපිට කරලා ඉවනවා. ඒ ටික එතකොට අපිට කාන් තියෙන්නේ just you are connecting to one single MCP server. That's it. You don't have to worry too much about connecting your own nodes, connecting and adding. Everything will be done at a different place. So that's is kind of the value of this concept called MCP. So if you wanted to understand who invented MCP, MCP was initially not owned but basically introduced by Claude. Claude තමයි මේ MCP කියන Anthropic කියන company එක තමයි මේ MCP concept එක එළියට අරන් ආවේ. ඒක like a protocol. කවුරු හවොත් මේ MCP කියලා කියන්නේ is another tool the no. It's like a protocol. It's like ඒගොල්ලෝ කියන example එක තමයි it's like the USB-C ports for all AI apps. මොකද්ද මේ USB-C කියන එකේ විශේෂත්වය? What is the value of USB-C? If anyone can tell me, what is the value of USB-C? Guys, USB-C එක වෙනස උනේ පහුගිය අවුරුද්දල ඔයාලා මතක ඇති iPhone එකේ තිබ්බා මට මතක නෑ ඒකේ port එක Thunderbolt කියලා තිබ්බා. ඊට පස්සේ ඕම එක එක කට්ටියට එක එක port වර්ග තිබ්බා. ඉතින් USB එක ආවෙත් ඇයි ඊට කලින් එක එක විදිහවලට connect වුණා. USB එක ආවට පස්සේ තමයි port එකක් විදිහට මේක ලේසි වුණේ. ඒ වගේ phones වලට USB-C එක ආවට පස්සේ හරිම පහසු වුණා. power connect කරන එක දැන් ගත්තොත් එimhe ඉස්සර තිබ්බා mini USB කියලා. එක එක විකාර. දැන් අපි දන්නවා iPhone, Samsung, whatever. Even if you have a shaver, whatever you have, different devices where you can power through DC, you have just a USB-C port. That's enough. You get a USB-C cable, connect it. So similarly, this is like a model to connect with any type of services. Like a portable කියලා කියන වචනේ පාවිච්චි කරලා කිසි වැරදක් නැහැ. ඒක pipeline එකක්. Right? So basically, if I go to the next slide, so you can see a standard way to connect tools to context to AI apps. With an example, just go here. So in this example, in my case, I wanted to connect to some standard services. I wanted to connect just to one MCP server, which does all those things outside world. But you have to be careful of one thing. You have to trust those MCP servers, right? It's a different story, right? This is like the analogy example. Client can I get a PSL? Make a coffee එකක් හොඳයි PSL කියන්නේ coffee එකක්. එච්චර හිතන්න එපා. coffee බොන්න නැති කට්ටිය එච්චර worry වෙන්න එපා. දැන් server එකෙන් කියනවා yes, I will give you the coffee response. ඉතින් ඒ වගේ තමයි MCP මේකේ දෙන්නෙක් ඉන්නවා. මෙතනදී client වෙන්නේ මෙතනදී අපේ agent. ඒ agent තමයි client වෙන්නේ MCP client. එයා server එක වෙන කොහෙවත් තියෙන connect වෙනවා. Then you can connect with the MCP server. ඉතින් මේකම you can do it for so many products. If you use Claude here, right? Claude එකේ desktop tool එක ඔයගොල්ලෝ වැඩ කරලා ඇති. මෙතන Claude එකේ desktop tool එක මේකත් පුළුවන් MCP server එක connect කරන්න පුළුවන්. example එක මේ Claude access කරන්න ඕනේ මගේ හැම file එකක්ම. හරි? මේ computer එකේ file access කරන්න ඕනේ. ඉතින් මේක පාර Claude එකෙන් access කරන්න බෑ. මම upload කරන්න files ටික. හැබැයි I can connect this Claude to a MCP server, හරි? And then then it can access all these things. The MCP server will go through my server computer files and do that. Similarly, I can do it to my cursor. Cursor එකෙත් තියෙනවා. Cursor එකේ අපි ගියොත් මම ඔක්කොම ටික වහන්නම් ඉස්සෙල්ලා. Settings වල තියෙනවා where's my MCPs? Go MCPs. Let's close this. Close everything. General. For a moment, I'm just wondering where's my MCP. So in cursor, there should be, okay, yeah, this is the tools and yeah, see, there you can add a custom MCP server. So this is how we can do that. So we can add a custom MCP server here. And හරි සරලව හිතන්න. මට ඕනේ මගේ computer එකේ files ටික connect කරගන්න. එතකොට I can get a MCP service from somewhere else. ඉතින් MCP කියලා කියන්නේ නිකන් TCP වගේ protocol එක වගේ. How to get connected. Don't worry too much about away from that. Apart from that, it will do all these things. So if you wanted to find out, okay මචං හරි දැන් මෙයා කියන MCP එක ගන්න පුළුවන් කියලා කොහෙන්ද ටික හොයාගන්නේ? Oh, there are plenty of places. If you go to this website, llama.ai, I want to find MCP servers. I can find it for anything down under the universe. So there are MCP servers, search files in my computer. So search files in my computer. You can find MCP servers that, right? Yeah, so everything search MCP server, MCP regrep server. Yeah, provide integration with everything search engine, allows a powerful search capability through model context with advanced options like regex. Yeah, this can be the one. MCP my Apple remembers. File find MCP enables these files by fragments, JSON, RPC. File find MCP. Yeah, MCP PDF too. So something like that. So what if I want to install this to Cursor? What I need to do is basically to go and read and just go and see how to install it. Sometimes it's a matter of I want to install it locally, and it's a matter of adding this section, this particular section, yeah, just this particular section to Cursor. That's all what you have to do. So simple as that. Just add this, and it will automatically start working. Right? So don't worry, we are going to work on it. But today I want, because it's almost another 10 minutes time, it's almost 9:30 for you guys. Yeah, 9:30, right? So I don't want to take you long time, but I really wanted to teach you what is this MCP server. And this has revolutionized the world, because now what we are doing is something very similar to this. Now my cloud desktop can also work like the MCP client, and it can connect with MCP server or multiple MCP servers. So when you are doing work, right, potential work, these MCP servers will do things so fast, right? So it can do so many things like discover server capabilities, receive data from somewhere else. So you don't need to build any of those, because there are MCP servers already done for you. Only thing is you have to verify whether this MCP server does everything for me. So it is secure, right? It is privacy preserving. It is doing some malicious stuff. So those things you have to be very careful. That's the only thing. So next week we'll try to understand how we can use this MCP server. And next week what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a small product. This is example actually how to work or use Notion. I hope you can remember. I showed you Notion. I'll show you my Notion walls. And I said I'm going to give some of these things to you. So there are thousands of walls that I've created. So this is walled. So what I'm going to do is now you can see researchers, the best researchers for AI and LLM, right? Quantum researchers. So Sam Altman, everyone knows. So I will give these things free for you. Say you can find the best people in the world in my database. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an MCP server where I can basically host all this data, and then I'm going to create Twitter or x.com, what you call as posts once per day. So everything is automatically, it's again, remember they are agents, but it's not just a single agent, but it can do so many other things. Don't worry, once you finish it, you'll understand everything. So I can use this Notion to do those things as well. So you can see what his blog, where he's living. He's a dropout from Stanford, like another dropout is Zuckerberg, right? And lead of OpenAI CEO, his LinkedIn and everything. If you go and look at Hiroki Kitano, right? Again, she's from Japan, PhD from Kyoto University, and why he's a big guy. He's in Sony, and Jan LeCun. So yeah, I love him because basically he got this particular award. Yeah, and he's for working for United. He's from France. He's a French guy, and yeah, he got the Turing Award, IEEE Medal of Honor, and he's working for Facebook. He's the chief scientist for Facebook, Meta. Right? Yeah. So let's learn about it. So I don't need to take a lot more time. I really wanted to do remember this was a no code exercise. I really wanted to do a coding based exercise for as well. Actually, I have done it for you guys. I'll quickly run it. Don't worry. See, I'm going to install everything. So see, this is the example where I'm writing an agent to, I give a YouTube script, right? And then basically that YouTube, it'll summarize. So this is the agentic framework, right? Or AI agent. Is it taking a bit of a time? I just connecting. I give it a bit of a time. I'll show you how to run this quickly. And next time we'll code this, we'll together work this round. And I'm going to get a YouTube video and get the summary of it in minutes. So now this is another thing that you have to learn. If you have so much of YouTube videos to watch, don't worry. Just use a tool like that and summarize and get a small clip, audio clip, and listen to it. It's much better. Oh, still it's running, right? It's just connecting.
So අපිට දෙන්න පුළුවන් තමයි මිනිහෙක්ට අර හිතන්න පුළුවන් වගේ එකක් දෙන්න පුළුවන්. කොන්ෂස් එක වගේ දෙන්න පුළුවන්.
මොකක්ද නුවන් මට හරියට තේරුණේ වගේ ප්‍රශ්නේ.
ඒ කියන්නේ මම කියන්නේ දැන් ඕකයන්දි මොකද කේබිල් එකක් තියෙනවා නම් මිනිහෙක්ට වගේ නෑ අර කල්පනා කරන්න පුළුවන් මට්ටමට එකක් මේක දෙන්න එක.
ඔය අහන්න ප්‍රශ්නේ අහන්නේ ඒ කියන්නේ අපිට පුළුවන් ද මිනිස්සෙක් හිතන විදිහටම එක කොන්ෂස්නස් එක හදාගන්න කියලා ප්‍රශ්න දහනවා.
ඔව් මේ ඔය දැන් ඔය N8 එකේ අපිට එහෙම මොකද ආටිකල් එකක් මොකක්ද කියවලා ඒකෙන් මොකක්ද මේ දැන් කියන්නේ කියලා වගේ දෙයක්
පුළුවන්. ඒක පුළුවන්. ඒවට මොඩල්ස් තියෙන ඕන තරම්. එක දෙයක් තියෙන තාම පොඩි අන්ක්ලියර් තරක් තියෙනවා. සමහර මිනිස්සු පිළිගන්නවා, සමහර මිනිස්සු පිළිගන්නේ නැහැ. කොන්ෂස්නස් කියන එක තියෙනවා කියන එක. කොන්ෂස්නස් කියලා කියන එක ටිකක් අමුතු එකක් නේ එක්ස්ප්ලেইন කරන්න. කොන්ෂස්නස් කියලා කියන්නේ අපේ හිත වැඩ කරන හැටි. ඉතින් ඒක සම්බන්ධයෙන් තාම පොඩි ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා. හැබැයි ඉතින් ගොඩක් කට්ටිය පිළිගන්නවා අපි දන්නේ නැතුවම large language model එකක් හිතන්න පුරුදු වෙලා කියලා වෙලා. සමහර කට්ටිය පිළිගන්න කැමති නැහැ. හැබැයි ඉතින් පොඩක් හරි අමුතු දෙයක් black box එකක් තියෙනවා large language model එක අපි එක පස්සේ ඉගෙන ගමු. තවට deep එකක්දී ඉතින් consciousness එක සමහර කට්ටිය කියන එක තියෙනවා කියලා. සමහර කට්ටිය කියන තාමත් AI කියන්නේ dumb කියලා වෙලා. හැබැයි සමහර කට්ටිය බය වෙලා තියෙනවා. දැන් ජෙෆ්රි හින්ටන් වගේ බය වෙලා තියෙනවා මේකේ consciousness තියෙන්න පුළුවන් කියලා ඉවර වෙලා. I think that we'll discuss. But anyway, if you wanted to say as an example, somebody to think like you, yeah, that's you can do. That you can do using agents, of course, obviously. Right? So නිකන් හිතලා බලන්න දැන් මේ session එක ඉවර වෙලා පැත්ත කරලා දැන් කරපු ටික පොඩ්ඩක් just try to note it down as a journal and see what you can do with this. Sky is the limit. ChatGPT එකෙන් අහලා බලන්න agents like MCP service දාගෙන මොනවද කරන්න පුළුවන් කියලා. කරන්න බැරි දෙයක් නැති තරම්. හරි පොතක් ලියන්න පුළුවන්, කතාවක් ලියන්න පුළුවන්. Right? My goodness, you can build a television series, right? So and onwards, right? Digital twin කෙනෙක් හදන්න පුළුවන්. You can ලංකාව සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම twin කෙනෙක් විදිහට හදලා ඉවරලා එක එක simulate කරලා බලන්න පුළුවන් ඔයගලන්ට. හදිසියවත් අපේ හිතමු වෙලේ සුදානත් අපි කවුද අපේ සුදත්තර කවුද ඉන්නේ YouTube එකේ එයා ලංකාවේ ප්‍රෙසිඩන්ට් වුණොත් මොනවා වෙයිද? You can just give out some concepts like that. Fun එක විතරක් නෙමෙයි to really to evaluate what's going to happen. Make a පොඩ්ඩක් පදට connect වෙන්න වෙලා වෙනවා, but this is what basically what I did, right? So I can ask questions from this model, right? I can give a YouTube one. I'm not sure whether it's going to work. So next week we'll slowly do it. I can summarize this video. I don't know whether it will work. Summarize this video. So, and I can give you a YouTube video. Probably I can get an English one. I'm not sure it's going to work because I don't know whether it's stuck at the state where it's stuck. Yeah, foundation, NVIDIA being most valuable company. Let's see. I'm going to put it here and press enter. Maybe summarize this video. Yeah, it can work. Yeah. Okay, it says YouTube. However, you have provided a brief description. Can I help you to summarize, please? Yes, but some problem because maybe it's still not connected. That's the reason. It's not running. That's the issue. Yeah. But anyway, let's work this around next week. Right. So let me now summarize what we have done the last 2 hours. We started with working with this new model. For most of you, it can be a new models, but some of you, I think I have already closed it, right? Yeah, this one, Open Web UI. And we ask you to create a model, tools, prompts, knowledge bases, and create your own things, right? There are so many things that you can do, code prompts, code exports, and stuff like that. And also you can, if you want, you can use different types of tools. Like I can use same thing, YouTube transcripts, Yahoo Finance, all these things. Now, even things that you don't have now in ChatGPT, you can implement. Sky is the world. And you can build Ollama and also try using LM Studio. Thanks, Samuel, for bringing it up in the evening. And you can try all these things. It has also several other options. You can try things out. Now, there's plenty of things that you can do here. Right? We talked about it. And also then we talked about agents. And we talked about what are agents. And then basically we build up an agent using N8N. And then I told you there are thousands, not thousands, millions of different agents that you can use. And we use the no code tool. And then I just try doing this code-based tool, which will run next week. And with that, I explained to you about the major idea of what you call as MCP. So MCP is going to be huge. It's already huge. With that, we can make agents much more, I would say, optimized, heavily optimized. So it's like a pipeline. It's like a protocol. And we can make things so fast and more systematic. So we can, rather than connecting 100 tools to an agent, we can basically, so if somebody, or if you really have a hard time understanding what is a MCP protocol, just consider only this picture, remember. And here, rather than connecting thousands of tools, here we actually had to use Send Messenger tool. But remember, for a moment, I need to get the email list from a table database. And then I need to do some verification. I need to connect YouTube for some reason, or maybe Telegram. So there are 10 tools I can connect, but that I can connect with one single MCP server and do that. So that's the logic, right? So all these things can add up to creating different businesses, startups. So that is the thing that you need to work through. And of course, like Pasan said, like he's still learning things. If you have a learning journey, if you're getting ready for a certification, if you're doing LLB, if you're into legal things, and for whatever the area, you can create AI tools to help your learning process, health, and everything. But in this session series, our objective is to build a $1 million product individually. So right now we have around 20 people coming for an average a day, but we have around 300 in the WhatsApp group. So I'm not sure whether everyone is interactively watching it, but things grow up. In another 2 months, 3 months time, probably we'll find at least 10 people doing 1 million. That's $10 million. Right? So that's good. And when you hear the first good story, a success story, a lot of people will come. We don't really worry about number of people, but we really worry about how many people really target themselves to come up with a product. And again, welcoming you or inviting you all and share with others to come to tomorrow's session is a completely different knack. The logic is like how to build things. So things like learn things like innovation, invention, and how to write a patent and how to read a research paper. And research papers are not for the most brainy people. No, it's stupid. එහෙම හිතන එකත් මහා මෝඩකමක්. එහෙම එකක් නැහැ. හරි දැන් ලෝකෙ වැඩ ගන්න එහෙම එකක් නැහැ. මනුස්සයර බ්‍රේන් එකක් තියෙනවා. එහෙම කියලා එකක් නැහැ. IQ level කියන එක මහා පට්ටපල් වංචාවක්. එහෙම දෙයක් නැහැ. එකම දේ තියෙන්නේ you have to be disciplined, and you have to have that honest feeling that you want to do something. That's it. And future is going to be research based products, and a lot of things are changing. You have to be a researcher to understand that, because මේ අවුරුදු ගානට කලින් හැමෝම researcher කෙනෙක්. ගොවියා researcher කෙනෙක්. ලංකාවේ හිටපු මේ හාල් නැත්නම් අපි හිතමු මේ හේනේ කොටපු ගොවියා researcher කෙනෙක්. එයා දන්නවා කුරුල්ල දිහා බලලි වෙලා අඳුර ගන්න. කුරුල්ලන්ට පුළුවන් GPS තියෙනවා කුරුල්ලට. කුරුල්ල සමහර කුරුල්ලෝ මේ කොහොමද පාර හොයාගෙන ගියේ? තාරුකාරට දිහා බලාගෙන, right? Constellation නේද? ඒකට කියන්නේ constellation දිහා බලාගෙන, right? Flag එකක් දිහා බලාගෙන. ඉතින් so these are researchers, but right now because we are so limited to this ChatGPT or whatever, and from syllabuses that we have learned for 13 years, we have lost that rigor of research. We need to find it again. The sky is the limit. There are so many things to find out, and you are the guys who do that. I think ඔය ටික තමයි කියන්න අවශ්‍යලා තියෙන්නේ. So don't worry, take things slowly. If you are just working, try to make your, like if you're working for 40 hours, try to make it to 1 hour, right? පැය 40ම වැඩි පැයෙන් කරන්න ඉගෙන ගන්න මුලින්ම. ඒක තමයි මුලින්ම කරන්න තියෙන්නේ. ඔය ඉගෙන ගන්න ළමෙක් නම් ඔය පැය 10ක් මහන්සිලා කරන්නේ පැයෙන් ඉගෙනගෙන ඔලුවට දාගන්න try කරන්න. ඒක පළවෙනි step එක. Right? ඊට පස්සේ just feel fun about doing things. Enjoy your life. ඒක තියෙන්න ඕනේ. සල්ලි තියෙන්න ඕනේ. ඔය ටික කරගන්න මුලින්ම. ඊට පස්සේ පුළුවන් you can become inventor, researcher, I don't know, millionaire, billionaire, whatsoever. And I really wanted to do one last thing, but I don't have time today. Just to do a quiz. But next week we'll start with a quiz, some questions. So it's good for evaluate what we have done, whether is there any missing parts. So it's almost like 12 for me, and it's 9:30. So we'll have a small quiz next time, and we'll do that. So so as an example, I'll just finish at one simple question. Okay, this one is good. What is the primary purpose of the model context protocol ecosystem? What do you think, guys? Pre-train language models on massive data sets to convert text into a subword, provide a standardized framework of communication to context among. Okay, that's the answer, and that's right. Okay, so I did check the answer, but you guys can also figure it out. So next week, what I'm going to do is whatever I'm learning, whatever I'm teaching, I'm putting to Gemini. I'm getting a quiz, and we can just on the fly, we can try it out. Right. I don't want you to trouble anymore. I hope you have learned few things, but make sure now, as we started on that topic of find objective from this particular series. I know you guys are regularly coming. I know there are some people who are regularly watching the videos. For all these guys, I'm saying find out a rigorous pathway, slowly but steadily, not fast and furious, slow and steady, find and work towards that. Thank you, guys. Any questions? Right. Hope no questions. Then have a good night to all of you, and maybe some of you will come to for tomorrow. Otherwise, we'll meet next week. Thank you, guys. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you
very much. Good night.
Thank you.